Hi guys. I'm starting this live stream about 2 minutes late. Sorry about that. Let me get it up here. I don't see it yet. Hey there, hello. I'm trying to get it up here so I can see your comments. How you guys doing this day, today? There we go. Yeah, I can see you guys. Hold on. Trying to get everybody. Hello, Netherlands. All right. Right now, hold on. Almost there. I just gotta get this ready. Okay, I think we're good to go. Hello, England. Happy birthday, Mahari Rotati? Rorty. I think it's Rorty. Oh, sorry. They retracted the message. Hello, South Carolina and California. Well, I want to start off with saying, I don't know how many of you guys were here the last live stream last week. Hello, Delaware. I was not able to see the logo because I was not able to get into the G Suite. I tried the 4 different logins that I have for Loki for the G Suite, and God, I could not log into it. I'm going to try again today to see if I can log into a G Suite account, which I cannot find. I completely forgot how to log into that thing. It's been such a long time since I updated that too. So I'm sorry I have not seen the logo yet. Mahari Rorty, I think it is. Happy 18th birthday. Leo asked, can I see your Fox? Oh. For now, this is what I got. Put him right here. Now, the Fox, if I'm not mistaken, was born this week. We're going to get into that in a minute. Hello, Sweden. Say hi to the doggy, Darwin. Georgia. Well, this channel is for TYR. So Leo asked that to see the Fox. Remember, this is TYR's channel, not Loki's channel. So TYR is not here yet. But I don't know how many of you guys were on the live stream last week. I have some really sad and bad news. We were wishing Abu, the Finnick Fox, that wasn't doing too good. Well, Abu passed away. I'm sorry to say. I was in contact with the owner, Jim, throughout the week after the live stream, and Abu didn't make it. So I'm really sorry for that. I'll be making a little Loki video with condolences for Abu on Loki's channel during the week. It's another sad loss. We lost another Fox. And hold on. It was crooked. Sorry. So, yeah, I don't want to start off on a somber note, but condolences to Jim and that we lost Abu. All right, let's get cracking over here. Can't wait to see TYR. Oh, okay, TYR. From my understanding, TYR was born this week, during the week at some point. I don't have any pictures. I don't have real true information because I found out that when a fox has a litter, especially Arctic foxes, the mothers are very protective. The mortality rate of the Arctic foxes is really high. So at this point in time, I don't know yet out of the litter which one tier is going to be, or out of the litters. That's one thing I didn't know, that the mortality rate is really high on Arctic foxes. A lot larger than the red foxes, the platinums, and those. Arctic foxes are very fragile, and the mother really is overprotective of their young. Last year they had a litter get killed by the mother fox protecting the young and suffocated them by mistake, and a litter was lost. So with that said, moving forward, if hopefully tier is going to be a polar Arctic fox, if not, tier is going to be a shadow Arctic fox, which means they're white in the summer and white in the winter. The undercoat is white. For now, we're still going with a polar Arctic fox, but at this point, I am not completely 100% sure. I'll know within a week if it's going to be a polar Arctic. So just gotta bear with me, and then I'll try to get pictures as soon as I can to post on an image of tier. So it's a rocky road right now getting to that point. I can't wait for the middle of June, and I was worried on if it was going to be a polar or a shadow. A friend of mine said, you know what? It doesn't matter. Whatever fox you end up with is destined to be my fox. Is destined to be tier. So I'm not stressing about it. I'm not overly concerned. Whatever fox is destined to land in this home will be my fox. So that's on a positive note. That let nature take its course, and whatever life brings at you is the way it was supposed to be, unless you made bad decisions. That's a different story. But let life run its course. So never do anything bad, but when it comes to something like this, you know what? Whatever little furry fuzzball I get, I'm gonna love them just the same. Now let's get to the questions real quick. Tier will be, how much longer till you get tier? That will be in June. And I have to scroll back up. Oh, there it is. How much longer till you get tier? My birthday's tomorrow, so Leo, happy birthday. Leo Shaban is going to be, I don't know how old he's going to be, but his birthday's tomorrow, so happy birthday. When is tier coming? Tier will be here mid-June. I'm going to be driving to go get him, and I'll announce where I'm going to be driving in the future. Not yet. Hi, I'm from Lancaster, PA. Kristen Enke. I'm so happy that you're getting another fox. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait either. I just can't. June can't come quick enough. I see somebody say, but only fur type. The shadow and the polars are pretty much the same. They're in the same family. The undercoat of the polars is gray. The undercoat of the shadows is white. So the fox will be white all year round if you get a shadow. And the polars they change colors, so I'll have a gray fox in the summer and a white fox in the winter. Greetings, Plainview, Texas. Hello, Germany. Sorry to hear about Abu. Yeah, that was a loss. He wasn't doing good. His kidneys were failing, and he just took him to the vet. He got really bad, and they had to put him down. At least he died in his arms, from what he said. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't know if he wants everybody to know what's going on, but I did have to pass along the news that Abu did pass away. Another fox just crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and right now Abu is playing with Loki. So they're having fun up there. Condolences, poor wee fox. I'm sorry. Hazo 2 fan. I'm sorry for your loss. She lost her husband, or he lost her husband. She lost her husband. I'm sorry, my condolences for that. Greetings from Germany. How old is TYR? Well, right now he's probably about 3 days old. I'm going to be getting him at 5 weeks old. So let's keep our fingers crossed on that one. The first time you heard about Abu, Aaron, it was mentioned on last week's live stream. Leo says his birthday's tomorrow. Yep, I said happy birthday to Leo. And if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. Mahari is going to be 16 tomorrow. Italia. Tenemos a alguien de Italia. Así que mucho gusto y buenos días. No sé qué hora es allá. Prayers for all the babies end up with good health. Yes, I hope all of them end up with good health. And I didn't know about that till this thing scrolled again. I didn't know about that till I called to get an update, and they informed me that, you know what, sometimes they do lose litter kits. Not all the kits make it. They'll know within, he said 10 days. That was last week. So by next weekend, I'll know definitely. And I should have a picture of TYR. So, not by next week's live stream, but by the following one. Next week's live stream will be same as this one, Q&A. Ask questions about foxes, ask questions about TYR, ask questions about pretty much anything. Oh, on a note, last week I had mentioned about the hair product. I hope I said it was called, rosemary. It's rosemary that you boil. You boil the water, put rosemary in after you take it off of a boil. It should turn a nice reddish color, and that's what you use on your hair. Last live stream we had a whole hair conversation. So it was rosemary, just in case I said something else. Just want to make sure it's rosemary. Can't wait to hear what nicknames you call TYR. That's going to be fun because I already have all of the fluff butts and the pizza monsters and the couch monster names. So I don't, as you guys know, I took everything down. People were like, why would I get rid of all of the Loki memories? Well, I kept the real Loki memories that really meant true to me. His YouTube plaque, his stuffed lamb chop, the little ball he always played with. All the other stuff, I'm not going to give it to my new fox. I want my new fox to have a brand new beginning to his brand new life. So there's not much. I don't want the ramp setup to be the same, because I want a new journey. I don't want to try to make it what Loki was. Nobody will ever come close to Loki. It's just a new beginning, a new journey. So that's why I took everything down and threw everything away, because from my understanding, Arctic foxes don't really like to climb too much. So, you know what? As the time goes on, I start learning about the fox. I start learning its behaviors, its characteristics, what it likes to do, what it doesn't like to do. Guess what? I'll build him a brand new setup, a brand new ramp maze, a brand new everything based on the characteristics of the fox. Never expect anything, which I'm not. And I also don't want to replace and mimic anything from Loki to TYR. So I'm not expecting not to like couches. It's not going to be a couch monster. Hopefully it isn't, but maybe it's a TV monster, always wants to eat the TV. I hope it doesn't, but with anything, you have an animal, if you have the loss of the animal, don't get another one to replace it. Never do that, because they're not going to be the same. Brand new smells. The only thing that still stayed was the couches and the rug. I'm keeping that one so the fox has traction when it's growing up, and if it's going to grow up with the smells. But as soon as TYR pees on the carpet a bunch of times, guess what, which he is, when you grab this carpet, roll it up, toss it out. In the beginning stages of having a fox, getting him litter trained is very hard. Will he pee all over the place? Yes, he will. Will I try to put a litter box where he pees so he doesn't pee there again? Yes, I will. Now, the cleanliness of the house, I just can't leave it like that. So guess what? After about the hardest part is the first 4 months, guess what? I'm going to be rolling up this carpet in 3 months. Throwing it out, brand new carpet. Cost about $250. I'll put it in with a friend of mine, pick up the couches, move everything, unroll it, there you go. And I'm going to be doing that every 4 months until TYR is completely litter trained. And even then, they still have accidents. Like when Loki would find a bug on the floor of some food. He'd eat the bug, guess what? He'd pee or poop, marking where he found food in case he has to come back 3 days later after running 10 miles, he had food. So that's part of the why I kept the carpet and got rid of everything else. That was a question that was asked last week, if I'm not mistaken. This is going to scroll again, but I'm going to try to get to, okay. Cute fuzz bucket. Golden ball. Your couch looks neat. Can't wait until it changes. Yeah, the couch is organized now. Wait till the little mongrel gets here. I can't wait to see videos of him. I enjoy foxes. They're so beautiful. Foxes are such majestic creatures. Just scrolled again. Hold on. There we go. Foxes are really majestic creatures. When are you going to set up your place for TYR, and will you please film the transformation? Okay, great question. I am not setting it up for TYR. What I'm going to do, which I said I was going to make a before you get your fox video of my train wreck of a house right now, because as you know, I'm back on a shoot, which I went to the doctor, and I'll update everybody afterwards. Not too much good news, but it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. I'm not going to adapt the house to TYR. I'm going to let TYR adapt the house to himself. What does that mean? Well, it's not going to have any ramps. TYR's going to be probably this big when I get him. So I don't want to instill anything on him. So TYR's going to be literally running around the floor. Once he gets a little older, jumps on the couch, I got to see his characteristics on what he likes doing and then build on that. So there isn't going to be a transformation, it's going to be an adaptation to accommodate the attitude, mentality, and characteristics of the fox. I don't plan on building a ramp system and having him use it from day one. It's very intimidating to him. He's going to be a tiny little fox. So what I am going to do is wait till he starts growing up, wait till I see if he likes jumping on the video game, he likes jumping on the couches and hanging out up here. Okay, maybe he wants to be high up. I'll build him a little ramp right here to start. See if he climbs up and hangs out. Okay, he likes that. Okay, let me build a ramp from this side of the wall to that side of the wall. Will he even cross it? Yes, he crossed it. So it's a matter of understanding the animal you have and making something work that's going to make them happy. Instead of you already having in your head, oh, I'm going to build this and I'm going to do this. You do it, then the animal doesn't like it. Then you're going to be upset. Why didn't you like it? Well, that's up to the animal. They have their own unique personalities. They have their own souls. So they're the ones that are going to decide what they like and what they don't like. And it's up to the owner or you guys to decide, what am I going to do to facilitate the needs of my fox slash cat slash dog slash ferret slash anything to make their lives better? What do they like to do? What do they want to do? Wants to just curl up in a corner and hide? Guess what? I'll build him a little deck and he can hide in there if that's where he's comfortable. So it's a matter of understanding your animal and reading your animals too. You know when your animal isn't happy. You know when your animal is sad. So just understand and get the hints that they give on what they want to do. So I'm going to scroll down. June. What date is in June is TYR coming? I don't know yet. I will have a date, hopefully next week. Not this live stream coming up next week. The following one, I'll have a date because I have to rent a car because I am going to go take a road trip across the country to go pick them up and then come back. Abu, I don't think Abu had any videos. Oh, sorry. Rua, did Abu have any videos online that we can watch? I don't think so. I don't know if his owner is here online. If he is, I don't know if he wants to answer those questions or not, but I'll find out. And we'll wait for next week's live stream. And I'll be posting it also on TYR's channel on if there is any links, and I'll make a dedication to Abu on TYR's channel also. I'm 8 and I lost my granddad. Oh, sorry to hear that. My condolences to you and to the family. And that was Leo. It's never easy losing a loved one. Whether they have 4 legs or 2, it's still family. How do you do laundry with a fox? That's actually a very, in the beginning it's hard because as soon as you open that dryer, they are in there wanting to get into the dryer. With clothes or without clothes, it's nice and warm and they'll just hide, they'll just sit there and hopefully not poop. Always a piece of steak or chair, you'll get them out. But it's hard to do laundry when they're picking up socks, they're picking up shirts and running off with it. Which you guys are going to see because I will try to do laundry with TYR. And again, put the basket down, see what he does. That's all going to be a learning experience for everybody, including you guys on TYR. I really love the Loki Fox videos. Yeah, it's I put a new one out today. That with Loki, I didn't start his YouTube channel till he was 3 years old. So there's no documentation of him growing up. One, it was because where I lived in a condo and they have the condo commandos. They didn't know I had a fox in my house. I lived there for 3 years with the storm shutters closed, so nobody knew I had a fox. And then when I moved to this place is when I started filming him and putting him on YouTube, just in case somebody recognized the house from the apartment. I didn't want to get evicted. So the videos start at 3 years old and they up to when he was 7. And love the videos and I miss him so much. Let's read some more. Every fox is a fluff butt. Fluff butt. That is correct. That is a unique name for a fox, and yes, they are very, we know why that name came about with the fluffy and especially when they're shedding. Oh my God. I love the Asgard names. I love the Asgard names, yes. I don't know if you guys knew that TYR came before Odin and was the god of war. So after TYR is when Odin time came, and then Loki and Thor and those guys. Will you buy another fox? That's the channel you're on. I am getting another fox in June. He's going to be an Arctic fox, and he'll be coming in June. I already created his channel, that's what this is. And then you're going to start seeing baby pictures, baby videos, the actual online journey of me traveling to go pick him up, when I pick him up, and then driving back. So people will be able to see the progression of me going to pick him up and then coming back and him for the first time. What do you think of furry sausage fox? Furry sausage fox sounds good. Maybe, I don't want him to be a sausage fox. Furry sausage fox. That, you know what? That might kick in. Hi Pauline, how you doing? Say hi to Mom. Would you consider a field trip up north to allow TYR to romp in the snow? That's a very good question, and I thought about that. Somebody had posted that on the first live stream, and I would have to call the state and get a permit in the state that TYR is going to be in. I can't just pick up my fox, decide to go to Georgia if it has snow. If Georgia does not allow foxes, I cannot stop in Georgia. So it's very tricky on that because you need a permit from the state in order to have a fox in that state, even if you are visiting. So by law, I can always go to Georgia, romp in the snow, borderline, come back. But if something does happen and the police show up or Fish and Wildlife, they can confiscate your fox. And then you're out of a fox because I am doing something illegal, bringing an animal that's not authorized to be in that state, If I go to the tip of Florida and it's snowing, perfect. Because the permits I have are going to be for Florida. But in order to transport my fox to another state, I have to get a permit from that state to stop and frolic in the snow. But that is a good idea, and I looked into it, and that's the answer I came up with. So if I do go to a state, I will have to apply for a permit, get it, and then I'll be legal in that state. You always want to keep things legal because all you got to do is mess up one time and they can take your fox away, euthanize it, and I can't do anything about it because those are the laws in that state. That's why I live in Florida. The laws are a little bit more relaxed and I can actually have a fox. If I take a fox to another state that they don't allow foxes, that's not a good thing. So I'm still thinking about it, but I just got to find out where I can go. So yes, I have been considering a field trip up north. Greetings from Kirk. Hey Kirk. Any news on possibility of moving and when? All right, the moving part, I was planning on moving and staying in South Florida, which is from West Palm to Miami. It doesn't quite look like I'm going to be able to afford to move, because down here you require first, last, and security. So that's pretty much 3 months rent you need up front. The place I'm looking at is about $2,000 a month, so yeah, I don't have that much saved up to move out and to look for a place in July. I think it's the end of July that I have to start looking. So I don't think it's going to happen. So, I mean, something might come up. I might win the lottery or good scratch off. But until then, it's still a possibility. But I think what I'm going to do is patch up all the walls, maybe paint the living room a different color, a little bit darker, and just run with it. And like I said, everything's a journey. I'm not trying to plan ahead too much. I'm taking life right now, like 1 week at a time. Can't wait for June to get here. Woolly worm. Oh, sorry. Can't wait for June to get here. But right now, like with my foot, bones didn't heal right. Bones are literally off center. Either I have to go have surgery done again, where they take a piece of bone from my hip, put it in my foot, fuse the bones together, and then put metal in it. So I'm contemplating that. That's not going to happen for at least a good 4 months till after I get here. I have to get insurance for that, so yeah. But the doctor said if it doesn't hurt, it's okay. If it doesn't hurt, I can stay like this for the rest of my life. It's a little uncomfortable walking, but I'm not in pain, which is the most important thing. So it's walking, it feels uncomfortable, but it doesn't hurt. So I'm like, again, I'm just running with the punches. Oh, it just scrolled again. Hold on. Greetings from Germany, Connecticut. Oh, there it is. Okay. When is TYR arriving? Mid-June. I'm gonna try to run through these real quick. Hello for the boss of this channel. My English is not good. Sorry. No, that's good. It's okay. That's really special. I'm jealous. I want to meet a Fox too. Can we get you gifts for TYR? Do you have a P.O. box? Okay. That's a good one. I don't have a P.O. box, but there is a place called Rough House. It's in Fort Lauderdale. If you go to LokiTheRedFox.com and you go to Friends, there's a link to the Rough House store. And if you guys want to get him a toy, you can always call in and say, hey, I want to get TYR a little lamb chop toy. They'll tell you how much it is. You pay with a credit card with them. They're a fully legit store, which I'll be making a video of their store shortly. And you can get a gift for TYR that way. Only reason is, the internet's such a weird place. I don't want to get weird things, or I get death threats sometimes on Loki's channel because they say I treated him bad. Okay? As soon as I got my second to fourth death threat, and I'm going to send a pipe bomb to your house type of comments, you know what? I am not putting out a P.O. box because some people think I'm doing something wrong. So in that aspect of the thing, I don't want anybody sending me anything. Because you have the good, everybody here, yes, everybody here, you mean well, you want to get TYR a gift, but if I start giving out an address, I also have the crazies out there that might want to send something else. So in that aspect, I have to protect myself, I have to protect the Fox. So the best thing I found was the owner of Rough House is a good friend of mine, so if you want to get him something, you contact the Rough House, you can call him on the phone. And this is for now in the U.S. only. I'm going to try to figure something out for overseas. But if you are in the U.S., you contact Rough House. Say, hey, I want to get TYR. They already know it's TYR. I want to get TYR something, a $20 gift certificate, a bag of food, bag of litter. They know everything. A small bag of litter, they'll tell you how much it is. And that's the way I'm going to run with it. Because I have gotten a little scared sometimes of some of the things that people have said just on YouTube on causing harm to me and to my Fox. So I don't want that. I don't want to help anybody try, put it to you that way. So I came up with the idea of, we want to get something for TYR, give them a call. I point that way because their store's that way. So give them a call. I want to get TYR a little lamb chop. I want to get TYR this specific toy. They'll find it. They'll tell you how much it is, the whole 9 yards. If they don't have it in stock, they'll get it for me, or for you, or for TYR. So in the next, probably when I do get TYR, after the first TYR video, I am going to put in the back of it, if you want to get TYR a present, if you want to get TYR something in the U.S. only, please, and put Rough House, the phone number, and a link, and a video link to the video I'm going to make at Rough House, so you guys get to see the store also. I hope that answered the question. Continuing on, hello from Moscow. Wow, we got somebody in Russia. Thank you. They're fond of the channel and love Loki so much. Thank you, guys. Have you already paid for TYR? Fox number 1. Yes. Is TYR a male or female? Right now, he's a male. Not that he's going to change sex, but that I think it's going to stay a male. But like I said in the beginning, did it scroll again? Oh. As I said in the beginning, the mortality rate of foxes is very high. So it wasn't that one fox is having 5 kids and no. It was more of a, if they have enough Arctic foxes. Because if they have a litter of 10 to 15 and 7 to 8 die because of whatever reason, then I might have to switch to a shadow Arctic fox. So that one's still up in the air. I'll know by next week a little bit more information, which I'm going to try to get on Saturday morning or Friday night. And then I'll be able to give you a little bit more answers. As the time gets closer, I'll have a lot more answers for you guys. And for me too, because I'm also up in the air. But like a friend of mine told me, whatever fox I get was destined to be my fox. So, and it's going to be a happy fox. Yeah, I'm going to try to get to it if I can find the link on how to get back into Loki's G Suite, which I used to do it before and then I haven't done it for so long. I apologize again. Yeah, Kirk. Oh, it's the Kirk. Hi, say hi to Missy Poodle for me, Kirk. If that's you, please respond that Missy Poodle got the message. All right, hold on. Oh, I have a tattoo with Loki on my leg, on my right leg. I do not have any pics. Do you have any pics of TYR yet? No, I do not have any pics of TYR. If TYR is an Arctic fox, what are you going to have to do about climate in your place? Do you need to run the air conditioning at all times? That is a great question, and that was Art BYMB. All right. We live in Florida. Right now it's 85, 90 degrees. The air conditioning is running all the time. My air conditioning never turns off. To me, it's way too hot outside. So my AC is normally at 70. I sleep with it at 69, 68 degrees, believe it or not. I like the cold. So no, it's not going to be a problem to have an Arctic fox. I've met other owners, and I've talked to other owners that have Arctic foxes in Arizona, where the temperatures can reach 116 degrees. Foxes are very adaptable. I'm going to be keeping him inside, so yeah, there's not going to be a problem with the temperature. The only problem I might have is him getting his winter coat. If 68 degrees is too warm for him, then you know what? I'm going to have a great fox for the whole year. That's as easy as that. So I don't think that'll happen, but it's not going to be, if I had him outside though, with the humidity, we have about between a 60 and 80% humidity in Florida. We're in a peninsula. We're just covered in water almost. So that would be worse for him than a dry heat. But yeah, no, he's going to be inside anyway, just the same way Loki was. He will like the snow, yes. I'm sure he will like the snow. I've been curious about something. Since foxes have some cat-like characteristics, do they like or are they affected by catnip? I tried giving Loki some catnip, and he sniffed it. He was like, eh, and he just walked away. So he didn't like it. We're going to find out if TYR likes it. If not asked, will you start to groom him young? Oh, well, yes and no. I'm not going to groom him until he's about 2 or 3 months old, when he actually starts growing fur. Oh, because you guys are going to see the progression of getting a baby fox with the little fur, which is all undercoat, and when they start growing their outer coat, which comes in at about 3 months old, they start growing their outer coat, or 2 months old, they start growing. They look funny as hell when they start doing that, because they look so misshapen that you guys are going to see that progression. I'm also going to be taking a picture of TYR every day. One of his face and 2 of his body. Well, one of his face, one of his body, so 2 pictures. The first one's going to be his face and the other one's going to be his body every single day. And then I'm going to make a little video of the progression of him throughout a year. So in a year, I'll have the little baby picture grow into the face he has when he's a year old. That's something I was thinking about doing, or I'm going to be doing. What is my favorite fox type? I would have to say live ones. No, I'm just kidding. That's from German Wolf. The red and the Vulpes vulpes seem to be a lot more active and athletic, because they're the ones that jump, climb. I've only had a red fox, so I don't know the temperament of a silver fox, of a platinum fox, or even of an Arctic fox. But I will let you know as soon as the Arctic fox comes in. I'll be able to compare behavior from a red fox to an Arctic fox, which I heard is night and day. So as far as looking at them, I think red foxes are beautiful. I love red foxes, which is the reason I got Loki. Red foxes are just so majestic to me. The reason I went Arctic fox was I do not want to try to duplicate what I had with Loki. I wanted something completely different. That's why I went with the Arctic fox, so it's going to be a white fox instead of... I didn't want the same characteristics, because it's going to remind me too much of Loki. I don't want to use the same nicknames, that whole thing. So that's why I went Arctic. But I love red foxes. As a visual, looking at red foxes, I think they're beautiful. I mean, all foxes are beautiful, don't get me wrong. Still good, sure. Hi, UK. Hi, Emma in the UK. I'm going to try to pronounce this right. For Lisek. Volgograd City in the Russian Federation. Hello. Never would have needed a permit. Never would have thought of needing a permit. Yes, you need a permit anywhere you're going to take your fox. Besides, I need an exhibition permit to have the fox and be able to transport him and take him places that's other than the vet or just like a walk around the house. I have to fax in 24 hours where my fox is going to be. So the state actually knows where he's at all times. You need a permit even if you're just passing through. Technically, people have had animals taken due to breaking down on the way somewhere else that was legal from breaking down where it wasn't. Well, if you're not supposed to have an animal in a certain state, why is it there? If you have the transport paperwork where you are transporting this animal from point A to point B and you get broken down in a state, that's different. Like when I'm going to go pick up TYR, I'm actually filling out the paperwork for transport of a Arctic fox from here to here. Well, in order to get from here to here, you have to cross these states. Doesn't mean I'm actually stopping at the state and I didn't come from here to that particular state, let's say Georgia for example, to take my fox to see snow. No, I'm transporting my fox from the top of the country to the bottom of the country. I have to pass by your state. Here's my transport papers. This is my pet. There you go. It's a little bit different. If you're going to a state and I'm transporting, if I have a destination to go to, I can fill out a transport paper. And yes, but I still need a permit to go to that state where he's ending up. So I did my research, and yes, I can transport him, but it's a little, it's not as easy as just packing up and going. There's like weeks and months involved in the paperwork. All right, getting to the next question. Travel is the only legal safe way. Have a country and see the laws to worry about. It's really complicated. It is. It's not that easy just to pick up and go. Is it illegal in Connecticut to have a fox? I do not know. I'm going to be coming out with a series of videos, which is not so you want to own a fox, is owning a fox. Chapter 1, what you have to do. First, pick the fox, which I'll mention the states that it's legal to own a fox for the United States. I'm only going to center around the United States. And then what you have to do to your, second one's going to be what you have to do to your house to get it ready for the fox. Because right now, like I said in my last video, my house is a train wreck. So I'm going to do a before and after of what my house looks like, and then what it's going to look like right before the fox gets here, and what I'm going to be doing when the fox gets here to fox-proof my house. Because I'm going to get the fox really small. He's not going to be able to jump on the couch for at least a good month and a half. So he's not going to be able to get in the garbage can for at least 2 months. But now what am I going to do to protect the fox from himself and be able to have a safe environment for him? The fox too unique. I know foxes are ununique, I would say animal, but if you had to say, do foxes act more like dogs or cats? Well, the only experience I have is with my red fox, and I would say it's a 50-50. I'd get home, he'd be a puppy. Hi buddy, scratch him, pet him, and then 5 minutes later, he's up on the corner shelf, he's a cat. Daddy, don't even look at me, I'm doing my own thing, I'm stretching, I want to come over here. And then 2 minutes later, he'd be running down, grabbing his ball, throwing it in the air, he turned into a dog again. It's not that they act more like one or the other, it's the switch in their minds from their characteristics to act like both. Where he could be a dog 1 minute, turn around, and all of a sudden a noise outside, he's at the window like a guard dog. And then he figured it out, okay, it was a passing truck, okay, I'm a cat again, I'm going to go run and hide on my ramps. So I would say more like a 60% of the time like a cat thinking, but 40% of the time acting like a dog. Hold on, thing's going to scroll again. Hold on. Oh wow, there's a lot of people writing. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Oh, we got 77 people on, I think. Hold on. Yep, 70. I just have to get back to it's not that easy. I'm trying to get to everybody's question, and a lot of people are asking questions, which doesn't mean I'm not going to get to you. I just have to go back into the chat and see where I pick off to make sure I get everybody. Do I have pics of TYR yet? Okay, the tattoo, that was up there. What's your favorite fox type? I answered that one. Hello from Stoke Trent. Passing by. I'm happy. Thank you very much, Susan. Pauline, sorry about the foot. We're lucky to have the NHS and not have to worry about insurance. Yes. If I do have to have surgery on my foot, I have to get insurance first because they're not going to do it for free. So, I don't know if I'm going to have it done. If I can walk and it doesn't hurt, I'm good. If I walk with a limp, so be it. Wow, people are bonkers. Yes, they are. Wow, that's horrible. I'm sorry about those crazies out there. I will look up Rough House. And it's rough, R-U-F-F. Yep, Kirk. Kirk had it, Rough House. Really, you had more patience with Loki than I have with my kids. But those people are scary though, because I would say 80% won't do anything, but then you have the 20% that, yeah, just in case. So, and even if I get a P.O. box, somebody says, I don't blame you for not wanting your address. Even if I get a P.O. box, people still might send stuff. So, in order to keep it safe, that's why I'm like, you know what? Let's go to the Rough House. And of course, with the Rough House, if you do, they're going to take your name down and put it on the gift certificate that is for tier. I will be, hey, thank you, Kirk, and hold up the gift certificate and what I got for tier with that. So there's going to be a, okay, just saw a comment. Let's go ahead and, no, let's go ahead. Sorry, I just saw a comment that didn't get posted because of what it said, so it just caught my attention. I'm going to be saying thank you for everybody and exactly what was purchased with the money, because it's not that I need it, it's just that people want to get him something, and I thought that would be the best way to do it. So you guys feel comfortable and happy of being able to get something for tier. And by all means, I'm very much appreciative of it. And I will be saying thank you and showing, okay, thank you, this was from Kirk, and what was bought, food, litter, whatever the case might be, or gift certificate for a new harness, a toy, a treat. So I will be saying thank you to everybody that does donate or that gets something for tier. So, and that's coming up in the future where I'll be posting exactly the Rough House, the phone number, and everything else. Is Tier already born? And all the best from Germany. I can't post that, Lisek. Come on, you know better. Is Tier already born? The best from Germany. Tier should have been born this last week. Now, because of the mortality rate in Arctic foxes, which is a lot higher than the Vulpus cousins, we're wanting to make sure that the litters are healthy, that the foxes are healthy before we pick out Tier. So Tier might be a polar Arctic or Tier might be a shadow Arctic. It's still going to be an Arctic all on its own. So that, give me a couple of weeks and I'll have a lot more information and a lot more specifics, because the mortality rate in Arctic foxes is high. So we're going with the punches here, guys. I love your channel. Oh, thank you. Mango Phantom. When is Tier going to come? In June, mid-June. Are you going to use Loki's old cages? That was from Alan. No, Alan. I got rid of everything. All the Loki old cages, all the ramps. I took that, dumpster, gone. Tier is starting off as a brand new journey. One, I didn't want the smells of of Loki affecting Tier. And why would I didn't want to give Tier any hand-me-down cages, hand-me-down ramps. It's going to be a brand new beginning for Tier, and I want the place to be immaculate and have him build his own future. So I did not keep any of the cages. The only cage I did keep was the transport cage that I had, which Loki only used about 4 times. It wasn't his permanent setup. It's a brand new cage, and he was in there for just literally transport purposes. I even got rid of his carrier. For Loki, the carrier I used to take when I used to take him for walks, that's gone too. So I'm literally starting from scratch, like if I never had a fox before. So when Tier gets here, he will be king of the castle. It would be his own smells, except for the carpet. It would be his own smells and his own personality, and it's going to be all for him. Missy is listening. Hi, Kirk. Tell her I say hello. And it's Missy Poodle that I'm saying hi to. It's a little poodle, a little white poodle. Late to the party. Oh, Julie, at least you made it. Thank you for joining us. You should live in Ireland. I like the rain. Oh, this is, oh, Pauline. I love the cold and I love the rain. She wrote, you should live in Ireland if you like the cold. Noel. LOL. You need to like the rain, though. I like the rain on those rainy weekends. Just staying in bed, and even if I have to go to work, rain is fine for me. I have no problem. I would love to live in Ireland. Love it. I gave my Phoenix catnip. He dug it. He dug at it. Not sure that if that counts as a reaction or not. Phoenix just liked to dig. Yeah, Loki had the same thing. I gave him some catnip. He was like curious about it, and then it was like, whatever. He didn't have the effect that it would on a cat. We're going to see if TYR likes catnip or not. Good luck from the new, with the new fox from the UK. Thank you, movie star. Will you buy a new fox? Okay, this channel is TYR the white fox. So yes, I am getting a new fox, and this is the new fox's channel. The old fox was Loki, and that's a different channel. Right now you're on TYR the white fox, and it's going to be a new fox that I'm getting. Hi Noel, I have a question. What are your thoughts on black foxes? Black foxes are silver foxes, the black ones with the little bit of white. Those are beautiful foxes. They're just, the only reason I didn't pick a fox like that, or is your question more toward what's the black foxes are beautiful. Black foxes are very domesticatable. Black foxes are very sweet. The silver foxes, we're going to call them silver foxes. The silver foxes are very, very good animals. I know a lot of people with silver foxes, and they are truly great animals. If that's the question you were asking about the silver foxes, they make, for a fox being a fox, they're a lot calmer. They're a lot less aggressive than your red foxes. Red foxes tend to be more aggressive. So silver foxes are beautiful and really good foxes. I hope that answered the question. Oh, you actually have a black fox. Okay. Then you have a silver fox. Unless there's something I don't know. But I thought the dark ones are silver foxes. Is there any work to produce tame foxes in the USA? Well, I guess we've been sort of working on that without even knowing we're working on it. When you say tame, or do you mean domesticated foxes? Because tame foxes we already have. As you saw, Loki was very tame with me. The more the breeders that are out there are breeding foxes, the more domesticated they are becoming. Because as far as coming from a fur farm, the humans bring the food, I'm in a little cage, I'm annoying. Those parents give birth to a young, and it's instilled in the young what the parents went through, and there's no love, there's no happiness. Now, as far as breeders go, if you get a fox from a breeder, there is love there, there is attention, there is happiness when it comes to the raising of a fox. So its offsprings are happier, and a little bit more docile, and then its offsprings are a little bit happier and a little bit more docile. So as it progresses, that experiment they did in Russia is happening right now, just not in a controlled environment. The ones in Russia was in a controlled environment where they got the best foxes and the happiest foxes. What they don't tell you, and if you want to find out, you can research it, the other ones went to fur. They used for their fur. They didn't want them, they didn't keep them. So they got, out of 4 foxes, they had litters. Oh, these are the best ones, great. All the other ones go to a fur, go kill them and take the fur, and they needed it for warmth. So that was a controlled experiment. So they can say we have domesticated foxes, and they pretty much were domesticated. Now, what we're doing over here is they're just breeding foxes. If they're good, they're bad, it's okay. We love them, we still love them, we still keep them. So in essence, we have been doing pretty much the same thing. Maybe not that specific, but from breeders, when you're 10 generations out, guess what? You're going to get a lot better fox that's a lot more domesticated than picking a fox out from the wild. So I guess we've been doing it already without even knowing it, if that makes sense. I did not read that. Okay. What if the fox needs the bathroom in one of those states? We're still talking about the transport, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I'm transporting the animal. Go out, pee, come back out. Go out, pee, and romp around in the snow. That's a different story. Now you're having fun. It's not just going out. So I think I know where you're going with there. Oh, it scrolled again. Hold on, I gotta go back on the questions. Okay, I'm back to the Ireland. Black Fox. I love that shirt. That's the shirt was a lot funnier when I was walking around in the cast. Then I would wear the shirt a lot because it made sense. And my shirt says, wait, what does it say? In my defense, I was left unsupervised. That is so true. Okay, and I'm scrolling again. Hi, Susan from Michigan. Hello, Alaska. Am I still considering making a Twitter account in the future? Yes, I got to remember to do that. I got to write that down. I got to get a Twitter account for TYR. Hello, great videos. Love the channels. Have a question. Does having a fox hurt your personal life? Meaning, how do they get along with new people that come to your home? Well, that's a great question. Personal life, not going to affect it at all. I bring anybody in. Fox is just happy to be home. Foxes aren't like dogs. That's why I say they're not dogs. Foxes are, in nature, foxes live to eat, live to hunt. So when they want to survive, that's why you see them running around. They're not having fun. They're out hunting to bring food back and eat. So when a fox has food, shelter, and comfort, that's all they really care about. I can bring a couple of friends home, watch TV, watch the game, or a couple of girls over. It doesn't matter. The fox, okay. Fox is, I'm okay. I got shelter. I have food. I don't care about anything else. They're content. They don't have to run around. He's actually happy. Okay, I don't have to run 10 miles to eat. That's it. I've got it made. It's like living in the Hilton for him. I don't have to run. I don't have to hunt. I don't have to worry about getting killed. Those are the three main factors that a fox has in its life, all its life in the wild. That's why people say it's so mean to have them inside your house. No. Foxes don't want to play. I mean, they play once their food, shelter, and protection is taken care of, then they'll play. Most of the time, they're running around trying to survive. So you bring somebody comes to your house, unless they're going to be a little bit intimidated at first, because it's a new person. If it's somebody that comes over regularly, they won't even care. They'll be sitting in the corner, somebody comes in, oh, I know this person, okay, I don't have to fear for my life. If it's a new person, okay, is this person sketchy? Do I have to fear for my life? So that's why I say foxes aren't dogs. They're not going to protect you. They're protecting themselves first, and you as their family member. But again, we walk on 2 feet. Guess what? This guy's got it. Oh, he let him in the house. I still got to watch out for myself. They might want to get me. That's the way Loki was. But after a while, they sit down. He's like, whatever. I don't care. So personal life, no. Personal time, taking a trip, vacations do not exist once you get a fox. So you can't leave for a week on a cruise. Who's going to take care of the fox? You need somebody trained enough to know what the fox needs, to look at the mannerisms. Yes, you can find a fox sitter, but your fox is going to suffer not seeing you. And it's not the same as a dog. You can put a dog in a kennel. They'll take care of them. I don't recommend it because it's a fox. Loki, I didn't take any vacations. I might be able to leave for like 2 days. Like if I want to go to Disney, I can leave the fox, has enough food and water, put the music on the TV, I can take off, I can leave him for 48 hours. He's not going to starve, he's not going to die, he'll be lonely, and then come back after 2 or 3 days. That's okay. But like to really plan a trip, can't do it with a fox. But the personal life is not too much of a problem. Sounds like my kind of pet, best of both worlds. A dog and cat in one. Yes, and you also have, the description I gave last week is like he's a 12-pound ferret with the attitude of a cat that plays like a dog, the intelligence of a raccoon, and the attention span of a squirrel. All that mixed up into one, and that's still 50%. You got the other 50%, that's a fox. Will you replace all the toys from Loki to TYR, is what I think you had to say. I got rid of all the toys and all the cages and all the ramps from Loki because TYR is going to have a brand new beginning. And I didn't want anything, I'm not trying to replace Loki. It's like, again, it's a brand new beginning, it's a brand new life. I want him to have everything brand new, squeaky clean, and a perfect upbringing of this is your new home for your rest of your life. Or this is your new home. Not for the rest of your life, because in case I move, but this is going to be his new home. So I want it to be everything brand new with no other smells except for his. I have 2 or 3 foxes for pets. Mine are like my family. Exactly. Even if you have a little ferret, a hamster, a mouse, a fox, a dog, a cat, they are family, or they should be family. Will you be selling TYR shirts? Yes, I am going to be coming out with TYR shirts. And I have a couple of concept ideas that I'm working on with a friend that's an artist. Of course, you see me, I'm always wearing a black shirt, so it's going to be a black shirt. And then it's going to have TYR worked into it for now as a logo with TYR the words, not as a picture of TYR. Not yet, at least. I can make shirts with just baby TYR in the front and put TYR, but I first want to come out with this logo first as a shirt to have. I will be selling those, or I'll find somewhere to get them out to people all over the world. I'm also going to be doing 2 things. I'm going to be coming out with a Loki calendar for 2019, because I know a lot of people have been asking and they want a memory of Loki, so I'm coming out with a calendar of the best pictures of Loki for 2019. And I'm also going to be coming out with a TYR calendar for 2019. So expect those in the future. I still have to find the right place because I want a good quality calendar. I don't want a cheap calendar going out there. I want the nice glossy ones that are like this big with a big picture on the top. So that's going to be coming out, including the shirts, which I have to find somewhere I can get the shirts made and shipped. Because the hardest part for me is working. I can't be going to the post office every other day, shipping international. I'll let somebody professionally do it who's already been doing it. I just need to find somebody to make the shirts and send them off. So I'm looking for that. And first I need the logo. Get your foot fixed. You might have trouble with it later. I know, Julie, I know. I have to get my foot fixed. But if I do, it's going to be in 4 months. Let me get TYR, let me see his temperament. Because I have to be in crutches for 6 weeks. I can't have a fox and be in crutches for 6 weeks. If I take him to the vet and he doesn't have a vet appointment for another 8 months, okay, that means he doesn't have to leave my house. I might be able to do the crutches. Still trying to get him in his cage and crutches. It's still a little hard, so, and if I do it, I can't do it now because I don't have insurance. So it's out of the question for the next couple of months. And I'm getting him next month, so if I can do it today, I'd say do it today. Because at least I'll be on crutches, I'll need help picking him up. So the timing was off. So if it doesn't hurt and I limp, I'm okay with that. At least I can walk. Thank you for your concern, though. Thank you for the information that you could say. I miss Loki, but I can't wait for TYR. Same here. I'm with you. Is TYR going to be white? Yes and no. TYR is going to have an outer white coat, and depending if TYR is a polar Arctic or a shadow Arctic, TYR might have a gray undercoat or a white undercoat. If it's a polar Arctic, he's going to have a gray undercoat, and in the summer when they shed their coat, guess what? I'm going to have a gray fox. And then in the winter, I'm going to have a white fox. If it's a shadow Arctic, then it's going to be white and white. It's just going to look a lot scruffier on the summer side coat. Now, here's an interesting question. How would a red fox react to an adult male African lion? I think the same way we would. Run. Foxes aren't aggressive. They're not pack animals. Lions are pack animals. Dogs are pack animals. Coyotes are pack animals. Wolves are pack animals. Foxes are loners. They don't attack. If anybody's seen a fox in the wild, all you got to do is you see the fox, you make a move, the fox is gone. They don't attack unless they have rabies. It's a different story. But foxes normally in the wild run from everything. Why? That's how they stay alive. Dogs, anything that they think is going to harm them or can harm them, they run. So if it sees a lion, guess what? It's going to run. And very fast too. Siberian foxes are the best. Okay, I'm sure they are. I haven't had any experience with the Siberian foxes. I think somebody just asked, what's the difference between a shadow and a polar Arctic? I think I just answered that. The undercoat, they're the same species of fox. You're going to be a great fox dad. Thank you very much. What does the fox say? There's a couple of videos for that. I'm happy Tio will get new stuff, and he is a new kid in town. Yes. I'll also be taking Tyr out. Like, if anybody saw the last Loki video for Flashback Friday on a Saturday, Okay. I'm going to be taking Tyr out to the pet store, like I did with Loki, to local restaurants and hang out around the beach. And same thing I did with Loki that I didn't document, I'm going to be doing with Tyr. Just to get them out there, just to get them exposed to the outside world. And that way, the more they get exposed to stuff, just like dogs, the more confident they are. I can send Tyr something from Amazon that will be delivered to an Amazon pickup center near you. If that's okay, I mean, that's fine. Anything in Fort Lauderdale, he's got to send me the email with the information, and that's perfectly fine. Like I said, if it's an Amazon pickup in Fort Lauderdale, just make sure that I can pick it up. Because if you order it, you have to pick it up. I don't know if I can pick it up. That's the only thing. If I can pick it up, you can do that too. Okay, somebody else is having a conversation in, I think, Russian. Will you go out with Tyr more often than with Loki? I think I just answered that also. I'm reading these as they go, and I'm answering without even knowing that. I'm going to be taking Tyr out. Loki I used to take out a lot before I started the YouTube channel. So I'm going to do the same with Tyr. Yeah, I just did answer that without even seeing the question. Silver foxes are just red foxes, Vulpes vulpes, but some silver foxes were domesticated in Russia, and they have much tamer than other silver foxes. That's true. Silver foxes, platinum foxes, red foxes, those are all Vulpes vulpes. It's pretty much the same fox, different color variation. The silvers are a lot more domesticated than the reds, even down here, because the silver foxes aren't natural in nature. Nature didn't create a silver fox. The silver foxes were created in fur farms for their pelt. So there was no silver fox species before. There were red foxes. The silver foxes were created in fur farms, which means they already come from a domesticated background. That's why I said we've already been working on that project in the United States without even knowing it. So silver foxes were created in fur farms. Back to getting, whoa, I missed that one. Back to getting rid of something. Back to getting rid of the old stuff for a second. Don't forget to replace the sofa covers with Loki scent even after washing. Yes, I have to get new one of these. Because these still has the little hole. Wait, where is it? Oh no, I did replace them. Because the Couch Monster, those who remember the Couch Monster video, there was a hole on this couch, on the big couch. It wasn't the small couch, it was the big couch. So I had replaced them already from the last ones. But I still have to get new ones because Loki did lie on these. Thank you for the idea, I forgot about those. But yeah, I'm going to do that also. Do I like foxes? Yes, I do. If you can have one, I missed something. When are you getting Tyr? Mid-June. Greetings from Maine. I love Maine. Great state. I'm getting him at 5 weeks old. He's 3 days right now. Well, between 2 and 4 days. So if I'm not mistaken, he was born this last week. Will he be fed the same way Loki was fed? I've talked to breeders. I've talked to other fox owners. Everybody does everything different, and I've talked to a lot of vets. The vets tell me as long as the fox gets the nutrients it needs, it doesn't matter if it comes in a raw form or a kibble. The kibble I use is Origin dog food. It's one of the best foods out there as far as nutrition, no byproducts. Loki was on that for, 6 years? And the reason what happened with Loki was he fell off the video game and he hurt himself. Guess what? He stopped moving. He didn't want to move. He would just hang out on his perch. He gained 5 pounds in 6 months because of it. So it's not that the food was bad. It's that he just stopped moving. I should have given him less food. But then if you give him less food, now you have an angry fox that's really hungry. So I will be going with some raw chicken, which I get from a butcher that just gets the chicken and just gives you everything which has organs, if the fox will eat it. And I'm also going to be supplementing it with kibble. So, and of course the chicken, the steak. So pretty much, yes, I am going to be feeding him the same way. Essentially, you're saying that foxes aren't territorial around the house. Dogs are very territorial about their house and their yard. Foxes are not territorial. They are when they say, I don't know if you guys remember the Loki videos where he would go, if somebody walked in front of the house, he would see him, he'd run to go see what they were doing. As soon as if that person turned around and ran, Loki would run and hide. He'd bark and let me know there's a stranger, but I'm out, Daddy, you take care of it, and then he'd run. So, no, somebody comes in the yard, they'll alert, but they won't confront. Now, you grab a fox and somebody comes in the house and I'm at home and the fox is loose and they're like, hey buddy, oh forget about it, you're going to lose a hand. So they're not territorial when it comes to that, but when cornered they will fight to the death. And they have very big and sharp teeth. Will Tyr be able to play with other foxes if someone else brought their fox over? Yes, one thing I'm doing different with Tyr is I'm going to introduce him to dogs at an early age. Loki was petrified of dogs. Well, I have a couple of friends with dogs that at about a month and a half to 2 months old, they're going to be bringing their dogs over to play with Tyr. So that's something you're going to see, Tyr running around the house playing with another dog. And if anybody that owns a fox that I know wants to come over and play with, put them together, they can have all the fun they want. So Tyr is going to be, like I say, is raised a little bit different than Loki. I know what not to do and what to do. So Tyr will be playing with foxes and other dogs. A couple of girls, so foxes make good wingmen. Next question. Can we send things to Tyr? Yes, there is if you go to Loki the Red Fox where it says friends, I haven't set it up yet on Tyr yet, but I'm going to be, it's called the Ruff House, R-U-F-F House. It's in Fort Lauderdale. It's for U.S. only. They can take credit cards over the phone. It's a full-blown store. I'm going to make a video in the store showing you guys the store. And you'll be able to call and say, hey, I want to get something for Tyr. They already know about it. And you can get Tyr a bag of food, a toy, a $20 gift certificate, $100 gift certificate, whatever the case may be. And I'll get alerted, hey, you have this and this and this. I'll come get it. Hey, and then make a video. Thank you very much, so-and-so. Look, this is what I got with the $20. I was able to get this, this, and this. And everybody will be thanked, and it'll be documented also on who gave what and what was purchased also. And it's a dog boutique. So everything, all the money that goes there is it's family owned. It's not corporate. So it is family owned, literally family owned. Good friend of mine. And they're not corporate, so you're not feeding back into the corporations. And everything they sell is quality. It's not, it won't break apart. Well, a fox will break anything apart in 10 minutes, in 5 seconds. But it's good quality stuff. Stuff you can't find at your other pet places. I don't want to mention any names because that's not right and I might get in trouble. So, other places. And I've been shopping there ever since they opened up the store. So it's called Rough House, R-U-F-F. It's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I will look up the phone number if you guys want it. I forgot I have the internet at my disposal. Look at that. It's under Loki the Red Fox, Loki's Friends. Phone number is 954-772-6888. I'll repeat it again at the end of the live stream. I wish Texas was a pro-fox state. They only allow fennec foxes here in the South Plains. It is cold in the winter, not hot in the summer, but humidity is usually low. Today it's 95 to 11% humidity. Okay, compared to Texas, today is, I checked my phone, but I'm using my phone. It's about 85 degrees, but the humidity is about 60%. On a bad day, when it's really hot, humidity is about 80% to 70%. You walk outside, you come back, you're just billowed in sweat. What have you learned from Loki that will change for TYR? Wow, I just answered that. I didn't know everything I said. Getting him used to dogs when he's younger. Putting the harness on him every day, even if I take him out to the backyard, once he gets his heartworm, because I don't want him getting heartworm. So, taking him out, I used to take Loki out a lot when he was younger. That was before I started filming it. I didn't start filming him and putting him on social media until he was 3 years old, so missed out 3 years of videos from when I used to take him out and do stuff with him. Oh, we're already past the hour. We'll just keep on going. That way I can get to all the questions. If you guys still want. You guys still there? I don't see any text scrolling on the phone. Let me see something. Yep, you still got 74 people. I'm going to keep it going if that's okay with you guys. Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, you're here. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a lot of things. I don't know about giving him a bath because foxes, I don't think need baths. I gave Loki one bath in his whole life and he didn't smell. Well, he smelled like a fox, but not like a dog. If you get a dog, he goes outside, he plays. Foxes just, their hair just kind of, nothing sticks to it. So, but yes, I am going to be doing a lot of different things with TYR than with Loki. All for the better. Will a fox get along with a dog? Yes and no. If you grab the fox and it's raised with a dog, they'll be best of friends. If you have a fox that's been raised by himself after about 5 or 6 years and then introduce another animal, there might be a problem. Loki was never raised or never met a dog. First time he saw a dog, he must have been like 2 or 3. He freaked out. Like, what is this thing? And it's barking at me and it's coming at me. It was a puppy lab with big paws. It wanted to play. Loki thought he wanted to eat him and ran up a wall. So, if the animal is raised, let's say you have a cat in your house and you have a dog and you get a fox, it's up to the cat and the dog to make sure that they tolerate the fox. The fox is going to love them. The fox is going to be great with them. People think, oh my God, if I get a fox, it's going to eat my cat. They don't normally eat cats unless they're starving, and even then, they probably won't be able to catch a cat. And if they do, the cat's going to put up so much of a fight, it's not going to be able to eat it. Sorry. I'm talking a little loud so you guys can hear me over there, and it gets my throat. So, if you raise the fox as a baby around other animals to begin with, like with TYR. TYR is going to be raised where a friend is going to come every week with her dog, and it's a doggy about this big, and they're going to play and play and play. Guess what? When that fox sees that dog, it's going to love to play with it. It's going to get used to a dog. So if I do get a dog within 6 months to a year, it's in a year, it's going to know exactly that dogs are his friend. That it's not going to hurt him and have a different attitude and approach. So a fox will get along. Now, if you have a bunny rabbit, it'll probably think it's curious when it's small, but when it gets older, it'll probably eat the bunny rabbit. I don't recommend bunny rabbits or anything that would normally be prey to them. Okay, thanks, Noel. Wish you the best. See you next week. All right, Kirk, you have a great one if you're not already here, if you're not already gone. I want a calendar. Yes, I will let everybody know when the calendar comes out. Am I going to build shelves for Tyr? It depends if he likes climbing. I'll build him one, and just one, and see if he uses it. If he uses it, then that's what I'm saying. The question was asked earlier along in the live stream, that am I going to build a setup and transform the house before Tyr gets here? No, I'm going to do it after Tyr gets here and in small steps. Build him once he's about 4 or 5 months old, build him a small ramp. See if he uses it. If he doesn't use it, there's no point expanding if he's not going to use it. If he uses it and likes it, great. Then guess what? I'm going to add to it. Then I'm going to add to it. Then I'm going to add to it till we end up with the crazy maze that Loki had. So that's what I meant before by getting understanding and knowing your animals. Thank you, Ellen. I would buy anything Loki and Tyr. Where can we get this calendar? I'm still working on it. I have to find somewhere where I can actually send the pictures. They send me a proof or a type of calendar they have to know it's good quality. And then I'll be making the calendars, and then they'll be selling them where the proceeds will go to Tyr and Loki. But I need to know it's a good product before I put the Loki and Tyr stamp of approval on. So I'm still looking. I still don't have Tyr, so I can't even come up with that one yet. It'll be close to September by the time those calendars are out, or October. So trust me, I'll be keeping everybody updated on it, but I am definitely coming out with a Loki calendar for 2019. So, because I know so many people loved and miss Loki so much that I have to do it. And in the same token, as I'm doing that, I'll have a Tyr calendar also. I wonder if Tyr will like Grandma's shoes like Loki did. Oh, for sure. They love stealing stuff. That's one thing that they love stealing stuff. So I'm sure he'll love stealing shoes. I can make a logo if you want. What kind of logo and what color logo you're looking for? We'll start. Send me an email, Loki@LokiTheRedFox.com, and we'll just communicate. Oh, Pauline, you going to bed? All right. Talk to you soon. I'll send you an email later, or during the weekend. All right. You have a good night. Please make the Q&A logo for the shirts, and I want one. I will be coming up with a logo for Tyr, and the shirts. I'm gonna come out with a logo with the logo for the shirts. Once I get one, and that's coming out soon, which I will be wearing when I pick up Tyr. How about that? And then as far as selling them go, I have to see what how that's going to work out. But I will be selling the Tyr logos shirts. I was driving one night and spotted a wild red fox dash back into the woods. I haven't seen a fox in over 20 years. They really don't see them that much. I mean, it depends where you live. Sometimes you see them every day. They come over your house. But when you see a fox in nature, boop, they're gone. And it scrolled again. Hold on. Got to go back. Hold on. That's one of them. Somebody just wrote as a contact email, LokiTheRedFox@gmail.com. Yes, and I also have Loki@LokiTheRedFox.com. Is it hard to talk about Loki? It's not hard. I mean, it still gets to me sometimes, certain days, but he'll always be my little buddy. He'll always be my little buddy. Everything in his house reminds me of him. When he stole my keys or the cheeseburger and he ran behind the couch. But it's getting a lot easier as time passes because time will heal all wounds. So it has gotten, oh, there it is. It has gotten a little bit easier, especially knowing I'm getting another fox. It's not that I'm going to stop missing Loki. It's that my attention is going to be on now TYR. So it's still hard, but I'm getting through it. My leg helped a lot because I have to worry about my leg instead of worrying about thinking about Loki. Now it's a matter about walking. So it's getting easier. Has TYR been born yet? If I'm not mistaken, TYR was born this last week. I am not sure. The white mark fox is a red variant, but does not exist in the wild. I think you're talking about the platinum ones, if I'm not mistaken. The mortality, back to the other one, was TYR born yet? The mortality rate in foxes is very high in Arctic foxes. So TYR is either going to be a polar Arctic fox or a shadow Arctic fox, because sometimes, like last year, they had a whole litter. The mother fox killed all the babies by mistake when a dog was around a strange dog was around their kennel, and the mother was trying to protect them so much she killed them. So we're going to see. Whatever fox I get is the fox I get. A fur farm is in place where that breeds animals for their fur. Yes, I guess if somebody asks what's a fur farm, yes, they breed foxes. They keep them in small little cages, wait till they're about 1.5 years old, then they kill them and they use their fur, and that's where you get the fur coats. Who made the hole? Who made the hole? Oh, that was Loki chewing on the couch cover. Yes, Amazon wish list hides your address from the buyer of the gift. Okay, then just let me know. And yes, that's okay. And you said they can ship it to somewhere, just pick Fort Lauderdale, anywhere in Fort Lauderdale to have it shipped, and then get a hold of me. Again, Loki at LokiTheRedFox.com or LokiTheRedFox@gmail.com. And let me know, and I'll go pick it up, and then you get a shout out. Hope I get my new fox on June 19th, your birthday. Well, we're going to see. I'll know within a couple of weeks what day I have to go pick them up. Would you be a house fox for a day? Yes, I would love to be a house fox for a day. How often will the fox eat each day? Well, in the beginning, you kind of gauge the food where you feed them twice a day, just like a dog. Once they get older, like I did with Loki, I would literally put 10 ounces of food in a little container in his food dish. That container could last him 2 or 3 days. Sometimes he ate it in 2 days, sometimes he ate it in 3 days. He never gorged himself. It wasn't like because he understood, he figured it out. This food's going to be here. It's not like I'm going to fill my belly as much as I can because I might not eat tomorrow. He figured out, you know what, I'm going to have the same food tomorrow. So he controlled his own appetite. This is before he fell and he got really fat. But before he controlled his own appetite, where I feed them, when they're getting younger, they're growing so quick, yes, they eat a lot, I have to control it. But once they hit maturity, at about 2 or 3, they eat whenever they want because they don't want to get fat. Raw chicken doesn't have salmonella. It's not bad for them. Well, it's not that the raw is bad for them. It's that, one, the raw, their poop and pee smells worse. Their scent comes out even worse. It's a lot harder on their kidneys and liver eating the raw food. Foxes in nature only live 2 to 3 years. They don't live 10 to 15, 7, 8. So eating raw is what a natural fox's diet would be. Of course, dying at 3 years old is what a natural fox's life would be. So you gotta weigh the differences here. People say, oh, you gotta feed them raw. That's what they're gonna eat in the wild. Well, guess what? They also die at 3 or 4 years old. That's what we're gonna do. No. The eating raw, yes, has what the fox needs, but it also has everything else that makes their body work a lot harder to process it. So, do you want your fox to live? I'm not saying that, again, I'm not saying feeding a raw diet to a fox is only going to make him live 3 to 4 years. What I'm saying is, in nature, they're not expected to live past 4. Would you rather their bodies go through less to process the food or work more? As long as they get the nutrition, guess what? They're going to have the nutrition. Whether it be raw, like I said, I'm still going to feed them this raw food that comes in little patties. That's actually raw meat. If he wants to eat it, great. If he prefers his kibble, he's still going to get his nutrients as long as the nutrients end up in the body. Hello, greetings from Alex Menvolpus, Germany. I messed up your name badly. Oh, what I do, you wish you could do in Germany, but it's a mission impossible. I completely understand that. A lot of countries, like Australia, you cannot own a meat. Don't get me wrong. Yes, you can own a fox by a certain degree, but you can't have it as a pet. You can't get a license like we can, and just say, hey, I'm gonna buy this fox, and now it's my pet. So I'm sorry for move to the United States, and that way you can have one. What size comparison between Loki and TYR? A lot. The red foxes are the largest and the orneriest. Arctic foxes are a lot smaller. So in comparison, maybe a little bit bigger, but there is a difference. It is going to be, TYR is going to be a lot smaller than Loki by about 4 pounds. They have a strong stomach. No, foxes can eat pretty much, they eat an animal that's been dead for a couple of days. So their stomach acids, you're right. They have a strong stomach acids that kill salmonella. They can eat, I can give them a raw piece of meat. But the problem is if they're not used to it, they will have problems going to the bathroom. So if they're used to it, they start building up a tolerance. I mean, their bodies are used to it. And then all of a sudden you give him raw meat, if he's only eating kibble, might cause him to go to the bathroom funny. Doesn't mean it's going to kill him. But again, it works out their organs a lot more than just eating kibble. The proteins is what does it. Alright? Can you give me advice on owning a pet fox? Well, the advice I can give you is do your research and watch every single Loki video. And there's a playlist, Loki Misbehaving. Watch that first. And so you want to own a fox episode 2. Would somebody say, am I going to make another one? Yes, I'm going to be making another one. Do your research. Find out if it's legal in your state. Find out what kind of fox you want first off. And not just because I like this one because of its color. No, find the temperament. Talk to other fox owners. Go on Facebook, join fox groups, ask questions. Do your research. What is it? What do I need? How is it going to act? Not every fox is the same. Even if you have 2 red foxes, one might act different than the other. Research. Do as much research as possible. Don't make it a last minute, hey, I'm just going to get a fox tomorrow, because most of the time that doesn't work out very well. That's the only advice I can give you. I can't give you any exact advice because you're not even there yet. First figure out if you can have a fox or if you want a fox. I mean, we know you want one, but first figure out if you can have it and the characteristics of the one you want. How would a red fox react in front of a lion again? I don't think they'd gecker and scream. Oh, wait, sorry. How would a red fox react in front of a lion again? I understand that it would run. I thought they would gecker, scream, and then run. Well, it depends. If that lion was in front of the den, it would give out a warning call and then run like hell. So, yeah, they would gecker or bark. And then if it's in the open and not in front of the den, it won't make a noise. Why? Maybe the lion hasn't seen me. I'm not going to make as least noise as possible in case there is another lion, and that's not the only one. Remember, their mentality is getting chased by pack animals, which is wolves, coyotes, and dogs. So the least noise they make when they're threatened, the least they alert any other predator out there that they are where they're at. So I don't think they'd gecker, because that might alert the other lion that he hasn't seen where he is. If it's in front of the den, I am sure he will gecker or make some type of howling call, alerting the other foxes we have danger. But if it's out in the open and away from the den, I don't think they'd make any noise because they don't want to attract attention to themselves. If that makes sense. I heard over here they wash their chicken with chlorine. Would raw chicken be safe to eat for an animal? I heard over here they wash chickens with chlorine. Well, would raw chicken be safe for an animal? It depends on the animal. Foxes are used to eating raw food. Dogs have been domesticated for so long, they're not used to eating raw anymore. So, I wouldn't recommend it if you haven't given it to them, and if you do, don't just grab a piece of meat from Publix that's been sitting there from a supermarket that's been sitting on their thing for 5 days and give it to your dog and go, here buddy, now you're eating raw. Get good quality meat from a butcher that's been freshly killed. Less chances of it being contaminated or having anything that might get to your dog. Freshly killed chicken, go to a farm, stuff like that. They sell products out there that is raw that you can feed your animal, besides just going to the supermarket and buying a steak and just throwing it there and go, here buddy, eat a raw steak, which I wouldn't do. Okay, still here. Oh, wow, now I'm getting to a point where I said, is everybody still here? Okay. Hibernate like most animals. I'm going to try to speed this up because we're going on 2 hours and 20 minutes. Or sorry, an hour and 40 minutes. Which I have no problem with. I have nothing to do today except clean the house. Same as a human. Hello, Triple K. Can you give us having a pet fox? I thought I answered that one. Getting me prepared to 954 772-6888. Oh, that's right, I can type here. Oh, wait, it's going to scroll. 27% humidity in North Carolina. I think we're at like 60 over here. Loki was very unique. Moose and juniper are fine examples of best friends in the animal kingdom. Yes, moose and juniper get along fine. If I'm not mistaken, moose was there first, and then juniper was introduced as, I think it's now 3 years old. And again, as long as moose tolerates the fox, that's the whole thing. It's not about the fox tolerating the other animal, it's about the other animal making sure it can tolerate the fox and not saying this thing's driving me crazy. To keep a fox trust. Do you think it's more important to keep a fox's trust or to discipline them against bad behaviors? Well, here's the thing. The fox's trust and disciplining are two separate things, because you're never gonna hit the animal ever. The discipline, as far as putting them in their cage, the discipline as spraying them in the face with water, that's not an actual physical hurting behavior. So the trust is lost if you beat your animal. Never do that. Never strike an animal. Never hit an animal. The trust is when they're born to 6 months old, they know, okay, you're the one keeping me alive. If it's not for you, I would have been dead already. Where a dog's mentality is not. Because a fox stays in the den with the parents for up to 6 months old. At 6 months old, which is called the October Crazies, is when a fox is supposed to go out on its own and leave the den. Some of them stay to help, or the females stay to help, but most of the adult males hit 6 months old, they're supposed to leave the house. That's when they change, and they're supposed to become more aggressive, more instinctual, because they're going to be out on their own, which is called the October crazes. And if you think about it, foxes are born in April, May, June, July, August, September, October. That's why it's called the October crazies. Because at 6 months old, a fox hits maturity, they leave the den. Well, until those 6 months old, who's been taking care of that fox? You have. You are the reason why that fox is alive, and the fox knows it. You kept me alive until I hit my maturity. That's a trust that can never be taken away. That's where you get the trust of a fox. Getting them when they're small, past 6 months old, then they have the October crazies, then they appreciate you even more because you kept them at home. So it's more of a, disciplining is different. Disciplining is putting them back in the cage and leaving them in a cage for an hour. Spraying them in the face with water to change their thinking real quick because they're going to eat something that might kill them. Guess what? I'd rather spray them in the face and have them eat this, and it gets tangled up in the, sorry, you can't see it, it's like a little string. Then eating a string, it gets tangled up in their intestines and it dies. Guess what? You have to do what you have to do, and it's hard sometimes because a lot of people don't understand and overreact. This thing's not acting like the dog I had once before. That's because it's not. That's what I try to say too. It's not a dog. But the trust is the most important thing, and the trust just comes with tender, loving care and just being you around the fox. Can you have more than one fox at a time? Would they get along? Well, that's not the question you should be asking. Which, again, let me repeat this. Can you have more than one fox at a time? Would they get along? Yes, they would get along perfectly. Again, depending on the age difference, get along better. Foxes are loners. But the main question is, would you want to have two foxes? One is already bad enough as it is, causing chaos over here. You're going to have another one down there causing more chaos. So, 2 foxes in a house is more than 2 handfuls, put it to you that way. I am going to go grab another water real quick. Please hold. Check out the big boy today. Now I have water. Don't forget Fig. Can't forget Fig. Are you going to put TYR in a cage at night? Yes. Now I was quick to answer that one, wasn't I? And it's for their own protection. I would love for TYR to jump on the bed, cuddle and sleep, and guess what? Under the covers, yes buddy, you're my little buddy. I would love to do that. But as I'm sleeping, great, we just watched TV, we're out for the night. TYR decides that he's going to get up at 5:30 in the morning because the lawn guys or something happened over there. Well, he gets up. Ooh, look at the entertainment center. I haven't seen this before. Here, let me jump up here. Gets the power cable and zaps himself. Whose fault is that? Mine. Why? Because I didn't get up when he got up at 5:30. Oh, he's as light as a fox. He got up off the bed without even me noticing. Do you want to take that chance? As a pet owner, would you put your pet in a predicament where it might hurt himself without your knowledge? So, guess what? Yes, I am going to put TYR away in a cage at night and when I'm not home. Because if there is a 0.001% chance that he might hurt himself, or, see this bottle cap? It fell, and it fell behind this, and I didn't see it. Well, guess what? If I'm here, TYR comes up, grabs it in his mouth, guess what? I'm going to chase him, I'm going to throw something at him, to food or something to get the bottle cap out of his mouth. If I'm sleeping and he finds this bottle cap, well, guess what? He might swallow it whole and he gets an obstruction. So I don't know he ate the bottle cap because I was sleeping. All of a sudden, TYR starts throwing up in a day, can't go to the bathroom. Well, guess what? He has an obstruction. Whose fault was that? One, mine for dropping it and not realizing I dropped it, and 2, for having TYR out on his own without being supervised. So yes, I will be locking up TYR in a cage at night. That's the perfect analogy I can give you on the thinking behind having a fox. A dog will probably chew on it and spit it out. A fox will swallow it. Ah, it just scrolled again. Hold on. I gotta go back. Are you gonna? Okay. I'm so glad. Hold on. I'm so glad you're doing this. You make it clear that there's tremendous commitment involved in owning and taking care of a fox. Yes, that's what I'm out to, not just to show people. I'm not trying to deter anybody from getting a fox. Everybody is a grown adult. Everybody can do whatever they want. I'm just showing you what it really takes to own a fox that a lot of people don't. A lot of people, the fox videos you see, hey, look, I have a fox, it's so cute. I show you the bad parts. It stole my key. It peed on the floor. It ate the blinds. I had to replace the blinds. It's the true fact of having a fox. It's not just all fun and giggles like what you see on TV or what you see on other YouTube videos. I just say it how it is. Thank you very much for that comment. That really hit home because you know, you see what I'm trying to do on trying to explain to somebody and other people. Not bad to have a fox. Just make sure you can put up with it. And thank you for saying that because the perfect example was this could kill your fox. There was a fox that not to go on sidetrack, that it was a baby fox. It must have been, I think, 6 months old, and they reached out to me that the fox wasn't eating. This is when I had a big Facebook presence. The fox wasn't eating. Well, you know what? Take it to the vet. Is it throwing up? Yes. They took it to the vet, and the fox had eaten a string. This long. That was kind of rolled up, and the little fox just ate the string. What happened? The string got caught in his intestine and made a knot, and they could not save the fox, so they had to put the fox to sleep because they couldn't unravel the string that had made the intestine knotted. So, a string killed the fox. Why? Not saying it was the owner's fault, but you have to fox-proof your house. You have to stay on top of the fox all the time. Any little thing can kill a fox. This can get caught. You just have to be careful. So, it's not the parent's fault. It happens all the time. You just have to try to make sure they don't get into anything. So, that's what I'm trying to educate everybody on. Just, it's hard. It is really hard work to have a fox. Noel, what inspired you to become a fox lover? I've always loved foxes. I think they're beautiful creatures. And just happened to have the opportunity to pick one up and said, you know what, I think it's time. And he was a little fur ball with a white paw, and just brought him home and just took off from there. Did I want to strangle him sometimes? Oh my God, yes. Because it wasn't something I was expecting. I knew fox behavior, not to the point I do now. Now, there's nothing you can't tell me about a fox. But in the beginning, it's always a learning process. And with TYR, it's going to be a learning process also again. Because everything you know is different. It's like having a kid. I don't know how many people, I don't have any kids, but it's like having a kid. You have the first one, oh my God, what's going to happen? And you have the second one, all right, I know what's going to happen, but you're still kind of iffy, or everything is a unique, everything has a soul. Everything is a unique member of society. So, well, foxes, meaning animals, a unique family member, and they each act independently and on their own. So, I became this way just by having Loki, and then my appreciation of foxes and fur farms and the hatred of fur farms was overwhelming that. Now I'm doing what I'm doing just to educate people on foxes. So thank you very much for that. And it's going to scroll again, I think. No. All right, we got about 10 minutes, and it's going to be the 2-hour mark. So I'm going to try to go through these. Can you have more than one fox at a time? I answered that. Amazon wish list works like a wedding registry. You pick out what you want. Set the tracks on how many people have it. Oh, okay. Okay. So that's what Amazon wish list is. I'm going to look into the Amazon wish list. I didn't know that's what it was. I thought, okay, I'm going to look into that. Thank you very much, Cali Chief, 1962. Thanks for answering my questions. You're very welcome. Well, that's about hard to talk about. Tier. How long do you think Tier will live? And how many subscribers will you hit by then? I have no idea. If I can answer that question, I'm playing the lottery tomorrow. God only knows. No clue on that. And it's not being offensive. It's a legitimate question, but I have no idea. Hopefully he lives to be 17 years old and has 1 million subscribers. That would be my answer of what I wish. But life throws at you curveballs, so I'm gonna get a fox at the age of 17. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. Can you give me some advice for owning a pet Arctic? I will give you some advice as soon as I have any advice to give, which is after I get mine. Because again, they're different than reds. Luke was so lucky to have you as his dad. He'll be lucky to have you too. Thank you, Betsy. Noel, you're great. To speak for an hour and a half is a feat. Thank you for answering the questions. You're very welcome. I love doing this because I really want to get the information out there. That's why it's a TYR and Fox Q&A. Because it's not just, oh, TYR's going to be this, TYR, he's not even here yet. I want to get everything out there, and that's why I'm going to be doing it once a week for this kind of thing. And then I'll be doing probably 3 to 2 live streams a week on just TYR, like literally following him around, where I get to see the questions and do stuff and different. But I'm still gonna have these Q&A questions, which TYR will probably be here jumping on me, hopefully. So thank you very much for that. I live in Florida. I want a fox. I don't know what kind. Well, you got to first figure out: are you going to keep the fox inside or outside? Do you own your home? Do you rent? Are you going to be moving soon? If you're going to be moving soon and you rent, will they allow foxes? What county are you in? Some counties do not allow foxes. Just because the state does, you have to check your county laws. And municipalities also. Are you going to have them inside? Do you have kids with toys all over the place? Guess what? Your foxes might steal all the toys and eat something. If you don't have kids, there's a lot of things that I can't just answer. There's a lot of things you have to answer first before you figure out what kind, which is what a lot of people don't get until they have the fox and go, oh, wow, I forgot this and I forgot this. So that's where my first chapter video is going to come out, where it's going to be the thinking behind trying to get a fox. And that's what I'm going to be working on soon. I was wondering, how did you come up with the name TYR? Google search of different Norse, for Norse mythology. And there were like 2 or 3 names that I looked at, but I thought TYR was the best one because of the, when he sacrificed his hand, and what he meant and what he was all about. So, and I like the name TYR. It's simple, it rolls off the tongue, it fits on a t-shirt. It's not like this long where you have to like write the name on the sleeve. And I thought it was a nice, good, strong name. Hi, you are the perfect human being to open an animal shelter. You seem very compassionate, caring, welfare of animals. Lucky was very lucky to have you as an owner. Thank you very much, Addie Rodriguez. I love animals, no matter what they are. I love animals, and I would love to open a sanctuary, starting with foxes, and then seeing where it goes. It would be Loki the Red Fox Foundation. I would register that as far as a company name. But I do want to. I'm looking into, not yet, I'm still a couple of years away, to try to open up a sanctuary. I just need donations, and to be able to start, if I want to do it, I want to do it right. I don't want to start a sanctuary at my house, that's right, at my house in my backyard with 4 cages, no. No. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right, which is a building inside, outside enclosures. They're allowed to come in and out, and I want to do it right. I don't want to do it halfway done to where at any point the animal might suffer. So I would not have like 5 cages, turn my backyard into a big sanctuary. That's not right. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right, and that's why it's taken me a while. But I do want to do something to help foxes, and if it turns into a fox, wolf, dog, we'll see where it goes. But I want to start with foxes, which is my passion. And thank you very much for the comment. Oh, I just scrolled again. All right, we got about 5 minutes. Named here, okay. Do I have a full-time job? Or do I, oh, God, yes, I have a full-time job. I started my own company. I do electronics, dialers, servers, PBXs. I build call centers. I do infrastructures for companies. I manage lists. I have a full-time job. This is a hobby. Trust me, this is not something I can quit my day job for. I have a full-time job, enough to cover the rent, expenses, and everything else. So no, YouTube is not my full-time job. I started my own company, doing computer installs, dialer installs, PBX configurations. PBX is a phone system. Infrastructures for corporations. Oh, you want to migrate from here to here. You have a 50-seat call center. You're going to grow to 100 at a different location. Guess what? Plan A. This is what we got to do. Get the location. Infrastructure stuff. I'm a nerd. Put it to you that way. I'm a nerd. Let's say that. I'm a good nerd. So no, YouTube is not my full-time job. This is something I do because I want to. It's passionate. Loki took off. Is there revenue? Yes. Is it enough to pay the bills? Oh no. So no, I have a full-time job. Got a question. How much does it cost on average to own a fox, at least for your situation, without an outdoor pen? Well, to start, you know what? I'm going to do a little research on that. Well, research, when I say research, off the top of my head, when you're buying steaks at $5, $6, 3 times a week or twice a week, that's 12. Litters, another 30 in 2 weeks. Food is about 100 every month, just on food. Cherries, treats, vet bills. There's a lot to take into consideration. So are you talking about a week, a year? Because on a weekly basis for the first 6 weeks, not that many expenses. 6 weeks go by, I have to take Loki to the vet. That's a good $700 to $800. The cherries, the fruits and vegetables, you got a bushel of carrots every week. You got cherries, apples every week. Cherries are expensive. So it's more than your typical dog. It's not just feed them and play with them. There's a lot more involved. That's what Loki would drink. Of course, one of these would last him about 4 days. So you think, you pay $2.29 for this at Whole Foods, and it lasts him 4 days. It's a lot worth it than tap water. We know what's going on with the tap water in the United States. I don't know how it is for the rest of the world. But if you look at it, it might come out green, so just be careful with that. Water don't hurt the fox, but they really don't like water. They really have to. Foxes love water, meaning drinking water. I thought to find before something bad happened. I'm just saying just in case, I would give Loki bottled water. Can't hurt. I will see you in the live. Nice to see you in the live chat. Cannot wait to see the new baby fox here. God bless. And Loki in the spirit world. Yes, thank you very much, Helen. Helen. Oh, that's so sad. What's this color, a fox or a bobcat? May, which questions were that? 2 of my questions were ignored. I don't understand the color of the fox is going to be white. I have no idea what color a bobcat is. I think it's brown. 2 of my questions were ignored. Ask them again and I'll get to them. Have you ever read the short story Last Cover? No, I have not. Where My Love of Foxes Began. I have not read that. About the string that killed the fox, beware of dental floss. Yes. Oh no, you have to be careful anything you leave on the ground. Ah, it just scrolled. Okay, let's go back here. You are my favorite YouTuber ever. Thank you for answering all of my questions. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. I thought about getting a fox, but I want until I move into my own house, get things I need, do more research. Yes, that's exactly what you need. Just do the research. If you own your own house, even better. You can destroy it, and you're not responsible. I mean, you're responsible for it, but it's not somebody else's house you're destroying. Yeah, I'm trying to get to everybody as possible. I'm already past the 2-hour limit. Not limit, sorry. I'm just saying I'm trying to get to every cancer. If not tomorrow, next week at 3 o'clock, be the first ones there, and I get to see the questions. Because I'm trying to scroll, but this thing scrolls so bad. Maybe we should do a stream and ask people to donate money on that stream. I was thinking of the YouTube thing, Pro something or other. Yeah, I don't even know what it's called. Where people would donate, and that money would be used for certain things, like, oh, I want to get tier a 5K setup, and that's going to be my goal, which I am going to do this time around. Because like I said, I started my own company, and it's doing okay, but I have slow months, I have good months, and I don't want tier to suffer because of that. When is tier going to arrive? Sometime mid-June. Thank you very much, Betsy. I'm a cute, wonderful, loving nerd. I am a nerd. I've always been a nerd. I mean, on board, Douglas. Can you get pet insurance for foxes? I don't know. Somebody else asked me that, unrelated to YouTube. A friend of mine said, can you get insurance for a fox? Well, I'm going to find out. From Wellaby Animal Clinic is where Loki's going to be going, which I'll be also posting the vet. In case somebody says, hey, I want to get Loki his rabies shots when he's 6 months old. Guess what? You can call Wellaby and say, hey, I want to give Loki, I want to pay for Loki's next shots or donate, or, you know what? This time I'm going to allow people to actually interact and help, even though I've always said I don't need the help. But I realized after Loki passed that, you know what? There's a lot of people that would have been not happier, but they just wanted to help. So this time around, I am going to kind of open up the doors a little bit. And like I said, you can call the vet hospital directly, which will be coming out in the future, not now. I guess, like I said, let me pick up tier and let's get this party going first. Thanks for your education videos. I'm looking forward to meeting the cute tier, so I can't wait. Amazing. I thought that no YouTubers would ever answer my questions, especially my favorite. What do you do to the fox when you're at your job? Well, I'm going to be taking tier. I own my own company. Well, there's no super chat because this channel isn't monetized yet. It is super chat, which pops up, and if you want to ask a question, you get to pay and that, but the channel isn't monetized yet. How long do Arctic foxes live? But I already responded to that. My second question is, will tier be less likely to chew and eat things like Loki did on your phone once? No, foxes are foxes. Whether they're bigger, smaller, they're still going to chew, they're still going to steal, they're still going to be themselves. That's what I mean by they're foxes. The difference in temperament is the difference in attitudes. To where Loki was a lot more aggressive towards strangers, especially if we went out, where an Arctic is not going to be, or shouldn't be. Will they tier cause that much chaos, guess what? We're all going to find out together. Because I had a red fox, and every fox is different. You might get a red fox that likes chilling on the couch and laying on me and petting, and he won't steal anything. Every fox is different. Every fox is raised differently. Even if by the same owner, they're going to act completely different. All you can do is give them as much love, no matter what they do, no matter what they eat. Give them as much love as possible, and always wish for the best, no matter what. That's why I said, he might be a polar Arctic, he might be a shadow. You know what? Just life, whatever fox is destined for me, I'm going to have. And I hope that answered that question. What a bunch of losers. Hey, whatever. You're on. Umbero, you're very welcome. I don't look like a nerd. You should see me behind a computer. What fox do you recommend when children are around? That's a hard one. A finnick fox. Because they're small, they're yappity, they're quick, but they're, all foxes bite. But the smaller the fox, the more, don't put a newborn around it. Always have common sense. But a finnick fox would be the smallest to have, again, I would say a finnick fox, but you still have to do your research because they might not be. I haven't personally had a finnick fox, so I really can't tell you. But from my background and knowledge, a finnick fox would be perfect for a family type of thing where, even, don't get me wrong, I know somebody with a silver fox and kids. A newborn is a little bit different because the fox fur on a red and a silver might be all over the house. Allergies for an infant. I would not recommend getting one if you do have an infant. Wait till the little rugrat turns about 5, where it understands what's what, and I'm not going to try to take the toy from this plushy toy, which is really a live fox, and it might get big. So I don't recommend it around infants. I'm sure people do have them, so it's not that I'm saying not to. You get my drift. I can't tell you, yes, get this, and then, oh my God, you said to do this, and there's a lot of opinions out there. I wouldn't recommend getting a fox for a child under 5 years old. Because the fox might have a toy, especially a red fox, and the little kid's going to go, ooh, a stuffed animal, another stuffed animal, but it's really not a stuffed animal, it's a live fox, and it's going to take it, and the fox might bite, because foxes do bite. So that's the, I can't give you a definite answer. Facebook groups with foxes are the best. And it depends on your children. I don't know your children, so it's not you in particular, but if your child, you know your child's a bully, it tries to take everything from everybody, and it has to be, well, guess what? It's going to try to take the toy from the fox, and the fox is going to bite. If your kid's a little bit more passive, it's going to know what a fox is. It's very careful. How does your kid listen to you? Does it really listen? And there's a lot of factors in there, which I do not want to get involved, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And there was one that I have to read. Jimmy Foxboy, yes. Did you already mention Abu? Yes, I did mention Abu at the beginning of the live stream, and again, I'm sorry for your loss. I know what it's like, and like I said in that email, words can't describe it. I mentioned in the beginning Abu, we lost another one, a finnick fox. Jimmy Foxboy is on right now, and it was his fox. So again, dude, I'm sorry for your loss, and time will heal, I can tell you that much, and it happened with me. So I'm sorry. I can't. That's all I can tell you, dude. It's hard. It's never easy. So that's I can't say any more on that because I just went through that. So I'm sorry. It's midnight in Moscow. Oh, thank you very much. Well, Terminal Beach. Okay. All right. We got 2 minutes. See, Tears video will make my birthday June 28th. Just make sure you're on the live stream and I'll wish you out a happy birthday. You're 35 and you can watch for a while. Daughter's 15. Sleep well. Thank you. Yeah, we're nerds, but you're here too. Yes, I am a nerd. Yep, we help each other when we can. All right. Okay, guys. Pretty much we're down to like 70. All right, we ran this for about 2 hours. So, again, I want to wish everybody a great weekend. We're going to be doing this again on next Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm going to try to have a lot more information on TYR. It was a great chatting with you guys. The questions were awesome. See you next week. Again, condolences to Abu. I'll be making a video on Logi's channel and on TYR's channel with him. And hopefully everybody has a great weekend. All right? We'll be talking soon. And take care. Everybody be safe, all right? Have a good one, guys.